Everyone believes that just crashing into bed and falling asleep is enough for the body to recover, but it's not. And if you don't apply what you're about to learn, you could be wasting hours and hours of sleep, leading to serious consequences. Imagine this. You've had a stressful day, a tense meeting at work, a fight with your partner, a brutal workout, and now here you are, 11 p.m., questioning your life, about to go to sleep. Right now, your body is about to experience one of the most fascinating and pleasurable things in the world. What exactly happens in your body and brain while you sleep? What happens if you sleep too much or too little? What are dreams and why do they only happen during sleep? Let's go back to you. It's 11 p.m. and you're sitting on the couch, rethinking your entire existence after a long, exhausting day. You walk to your bedroom, turn off the light, and lie down. If you don't grab your phone, at that exact moment, your body begins to prepare for sleep in ways you can't even imagine. The sleep hormone, melatonin, starts to be released by the pineal gland as soon as the light disappears. This hormone acts like a conductor, telling your body, hey, it's bedtime. At the same time, your wake-up hormone, cortisol, which is also your stress hormone, drops to its lowest levels for the entire night before spiking again the next morning. That is, of course, if you're not staring at your phone, because if you're glued to TikTok, your screen is blasting blue light. This light enters your eyes and activates light-sensitive cells called melanopsins, which tell your brain it's still daytime, so it blocks melatonin production. And now we've got a problem, a big one. But let's suppose everything is going smoothly for now. Your body starts cooling down, your breathing slows, your muscles relax, the stress from the day starts to fade, and your sympathetic nervous system, the one responsible for fight or flight, powers down. In its place, the parasympathetic system takes over, promoting calm and rest. Here's something weird. The more you try to fall asleep, the harder it gets. Ever notice that? That's because forcing it activates your prefrontal cortex, part of a brain circuit known as the vigilant system. To fall asleep, that system needs to shut off. So next time, don't try to sleep. Don't think about anything. Just do some mindfulness. If you manage that, chances are you'll experience something called a hypnic jerk. It's a sudden muscle spasm that often comes with a dream of falling or tripping or getting hit in the face with a ball. Happens to me all the time. But in any case, congrats. Cue applause sound. You've just entered the first stage of sleep. Alright, quick detour. Look at this keychain. If I let go, it falls. Newton's law of gravity. It's not always perfect, but in most cases it works. At this point, you're between being awake and asleep. This light stage lasts barely 1 to 5 minutes. If someone spoke to you, you might still answer with a mumble. Your consciousness is starting to fade. If we hooked you up to an EEG, we'd see your brain's alpha waves, associated with relaxed wakefulness, giving way to slower theta waves. You can still vaguely perceive your environment, so loud noises could easily wake you up. Luckily, your kid passed out and your partner's asleep too, so nothing's going to interrupt you now. Time to slide into stage 2. Stage 2 is no joke. It makes up about half of your total sleep time. Sleep gets deeper, heart rate slows further, body temperature drops again, and if we check your EEG now, we'll see something wild. Sleep spindles and K-complexes. Spindles are short bursts of fast brain activity. K-complexes are big, slow waves that stand out like huge peaks. Sounds weird, but your brain's actually hard at work. These electrical events help consolidate memory. Research shows sleep spindles are crucial for storing what you learned that day, facts and motor skills. It's like your brain is filing and organizing everything you learned. Meanwhile, K-complexes act like bodyguards for sleep and memory. They keep you asleep even if small noises happen. So while you're completely unaware, your brain is rehearsing what it learned and deciding which connections are worth keeping. Oh, and here's another curious thing. Stage 2 is when some people grind their teeth without even knowing. That's called bruxism. But don't worry, your jaw will chill out in the next stage. You're now entering stage N3, also known as slow wave sleep. This is where you hit the deepest level of unconsciousness. It would take a seriously loud noise, over 100 decibels, or a major shake to wake you up now. If we hook you up again, we'll see slow, high amplitude delta waves. That means your neurons are firing together in a slow, strong rhythm. You're totally still, deeply relaxed. Your breathing becomes slow and rhythmic. If someone watches you, they might think you've stopped moving entirely. Blood pressure and heart rate are at their lowest. Your body temperature temperature drops even more. It's like winter mode. Here, your body kicks off the big repairs. Growth hormone is released from your pituitary gland. It helps rebuild tissues, grow muscle, and regenerate cells. Yep, if you work out but don't sleep, your gains are useless. Muscles grow during sleep, not at the gym. In fact, about 70% of your daily growth hormone is released during deep sleep in the first part of the night. Think of it as a nightly repair shop. Damaged muscles get rebuilt, cells regenerate, bones strengthen. Even your immune system gets a major boost. During stage N3, your body releases cytokines, proteins that help fight infections. Get enough deep sleep and you'll bounce back faster from a cold. Sleep poorly and you're way more likely to get sick. And your brain? It's not just chilling, it's cleaning. This is where your glymphatic system, the brain's cleaning crew, goes to work. Glial cells open up channels that let cerebrospinal fluid wash through your brain tissue. During deep sleep, space between neurons increases by up to 60%, letting the fluid clear out metabolic waste. One of the worst of these wastes? Beta amyloid, a protein your brain makes every day. In excess, it's linked to Alzheimer's. During deep sleep, beta amyloid gets flushed out way more efficiently. Basically, your brain is washing itself while you snooze. Some scientists even believe that detoxing the brain might be one of sleep's main purposes. So while you're deep in sleep bliss, your brain's scrubbing out the junk. About 90 minutes after you fall asleep, you enter REM sleep for the first time. Even though you're still deeply asleep, your eyes suddenly start darting back and forth beneath your eyelids, like you're watching a chaotic dream unfold. And, well, that's exactly what's happening. You're flying, falling off a cliff, drowning in the ocean, wandering a desert. Yep, all those strange dream scenarios happen during REM. But what exactly is your body doing while you're dreaming? Your brain activity shoots up. An EEG shows beta waves, very similar to those of a fully awake person. It's like your brain wakes up inside the dream, at least in terms of energy use and electrical activity. In fact, your brain during REM can consume up to 20% more energy than when you're awake at rest. But unlike when you're awake, your body stays completely still. Voluntary muscles are almost entirely paralyzed, a natural safety mechanism. Only a few muscles escape this paralysis: your eyes and your diaphragm. Otherwise, you'd die, no big deal. This REM paralysis keeps you from acting out your dreams. Imagine flailing your arms while dreaming you're falling off a cliff. Yeah, not ideal. Thanks to this built-in muscle lock, your body stays safely in bed, even when your dream life gets intense. Meanwhile, your breathing becomes irregular and shallow. Unlike the calm rhythm from stage N3, it can speed up or pause briefly depending on what's happening in your dream. Your heart rate and blood pressure become unpredictable, spiking and dropping in sync with your dream adventures. Basically, your body is living your dreams in real time. Now let's talk about the brain during dreams. Several brain regions light up intensely during REM. The limbic system, especially the amygdala and hippocampus, are highly active. That's why dreams are so emotional and full of fragmented memories or past experiences. At the same time, other regions stay quiet. The dorsolateral prefrontal cortex, in charge of logic and self-awareness, stays inhibited. This means that while you dream, your internal voice of reason is offline. That's why the most absurd dream situations feel totally normal until you wake up and think, what the hell was that? Some scientists believe your brain is improvising with bits of recent memories and stored information, like a rehearsal mixing emotions and ideas. For example, the activation synthesis theory by a very handsome man named Hobson suggests that dreams result from random brain activity, especially in the brainstem, that the brain tries to weave into some kind of narrative, in heavy quotes. Another theory, the threat simulation theory, proposes that dreams helped humans practice survival scenarios in a safe environment, your own mind. There's also growing evidence that dreams help with emotional processing. During REM, memories and emotions are reactivated, but here's the key. Norepinephrine levels are super low. This creates the perfect setting for revisiting difficult memories without the full emotional overload. This has led to the idea that dreaming acts like a nightly therapy session, helping you integrate or soften emotionally intense experiences. Toward the end of the night, your REM dreams get longer and more vivid. Each sleep cycle lasts about 90 minutes, and with each repetition, REM periods extend. The final REM phase of the night can last up to an hour. That's why you tend to remember the dreams right before waking up. All right, we've covered what happens in every stage of sleep, but now comes the real question. What happens when you don't sleep well? Spoiler alert, you're screwed. Short-term effects kick in fast. You struggle to concentrate. Your thinking slows. Mental fog hits hard. Why? Because your brain didn't get time to consolidate memories or reset its neurotransmitters properly. Your memory takes a hit. You have trouble recalling facts or learning new things after a sleepless night. You also get more irritable and cranky. Neuroscientists have found that after 24 hours without sleep, the amygdala, your brain's fear and anger center, becomes 60% more reactive to negative stimuli. Meanwhile, its connection with the prefrontal cortex, your emotional control panel, weakens. Translation: you lose your emotional brakes. Any minor problem can feel like the end of the world, from Disney movie vibes to full-on horror flick. Physiologically, a bad night of sleep messes up nearly all of your systems. Your immune system takes a hit immediately. Studies show that after just one all-nighter, the activity of natural killer cells, the ones that fight off viruses and tumors, drops by up to 70%. Chronic insomnia leads to low-grade inflammation, with higher levels of inflammatory markers linked to multiple chronic diseases. Your metabolism gets wrecked too. You start craving sugary carbs due to hormonal shifts. And if that keeps happening over time, say hello to weight gain and a higher risk of obesity. Sleep deprivation also causes insulin resistance, making it harder for your body to manage blood sugar. That's a fast track to type 2 diabetes. But the cumulative brain damage is even worse. Night after night without enough deep sleep, and metabolic waste builds up. That dangerous beta amyloid protein, it starts accumulating faster in your brain tissue. This may link chronic sleep deprivation to neurodegenerative diseases like Alzheimer's and Parkinson's. Chronic insomniacs and night shift workers show higher rates of cognitive decline with age. Researchers are still figuring out the exact connection, but all signs point to this. Sleep protects your brain. Skipping it raises the risk of long-term brain problems. So every night of sleep is literally an investment in your mental and physical health. And every night you go out partying or stay up all night cramming for an exam, you're quietly wrecking your mind and body. Listen to this again and share it with your friends so they finally understand. Sleep isn't overrated. It's essential.